Good morning, pedestrians. This is the Raven persimmon, also known as a black persimmon, or I don't know what the Chinese name is, but it's persimmon. I have not had fruit from this tree yet, not edible fruit. I tried a couple last fall and they were not very good, but they were very small. So I'm hoping this year I will get some good fruit from it. This is the third year that it's been in the ground. I think it's the third year. Pretty sure it's the third year. And already at the top there, that is a good solid 10 feet tall. And something that I thought was important for this, you can see here, if we look, there is the flower of it. And this is the female flower. I don't think there are any male flowers on this, but you can see there towards the back where it's slightly bulbousy, and then here where it has the yellow, that will actually come off. It tends to flower on the second year. You can see here is last year's wood where it's gray, and then it goes into this green, and off of the green growth is where the flowers are starting to turn. You can see right there, it's starting to get brown on the flower, and then that will actually fall off. Raven persimmon, it grows pretty well, and in its second year, it started to fruit. I didn't have very much edible fruit, but now in this third year, I'm really hoping to get some fruit. I don't know what it looks like when it's ripe or when it's unripe. It is an astringent variety. So if you eat it too soon, it will just suck the moisture out of your mouth. But if you let it sit there and freeze on the tree and don't let the insects or the birds get to it, it's supposed to taste good. So we'll see though. And last year was really weird too, because we had a huge heat wave that came in the middle of the summer and really shocked almost all the trees. So I'm thinking that if we don't get that this year, which there's always something, right? When you have this stuff out in nature, there's always something. And if you don't have these shocking temperatures that are happening, then things should work out. You can eat the fruit, but they go orange in the fall, and then they start to turn black. And then they have, and black it's more like a really dark brown. At least with this variety. Maybe there is a really nice dark black variety out there, but this one turns into a nice dark brown. But this Raven lasted longer than my Izu persimmon. If you look at some of my past videos, I had an Izu persimmon planted right here, and that ended up dying. I think a rodent or something got to the root, not the root, to the trunk, and ate around the whole entire diameter and just killed it. The Izu was awesome because it produced fruit the first year, and it was edible fruit, and it was good. I really liked it. So Raven takes a little bit longer to get established, but once established, it looks pretty darn good and healthy. It grows. I did prune back a little bit because I'm on a hillside here. So I have this little walkway. It's okay. It's only a 3-foot drop. OSHA requirements. Good thing nobody comes onto my property. Anyways, I cut it back here. That's the only pruning that I did. No, that's not true. I cut it back here, and I pruned a little bit on the top because I don't want it to get too tall. Kind of like that guy. That guy is really tall. There's another persimmon that's right there, and it's really, really tall and growing, and it also is fruiting. Actually, I'm gonna go down there right now and show you the difference between this Raven persimmon and the other. All right, please excuse the noise. This tree right here is actually an American persimmon. You can see the smaller leaf structure on the American persimmon. It's a vigorous grower. All of this is American. And here I've tried a couple of grafts here. They didn't take, but this is perfect. This is gonna be my grafting wood for this next year. I'm gonna trim that off, get rid of the growth down there. So I want a different variety to graft right here. And I left some of these branches on so that I could graft to them also. This is the Thiene You can see here on the graft. This is the graft that I did, I think last year. Oh, there's the graft union right there. Look at that beautiful graft. Whip and tongue, baby. Whip and tongue. That part is dead, which is fine. Here you can see the graft of the Thiene. Oh my gosh, look at this. What the hot diggity. All right, here's a Thiene, not the first year, but the year after the graft, and we already have fruit. Yeah, baby. What? That is the best. I love it. All right, that's awesome. So this is a Middle Eastern or an Asian Thiene. I'm not exactly sure. I just saw it, read about it, and I'm like, I'll give it a try. So gonna try that. Here is all new growth from this American persimmon. I thought I would give it a try, maybe even let it fruit a little bit, see if that works out. On the back side of the Thiene, here's a Hana persimmon. This is Hana, beautiful persimmon. It has stayed very small. It does not like to grow a lot. But Hana, I have not had fruit on this. It has been in the ground for 3, I think this is its 4th year. You can see here it's about 6 feet tall and it spreads out pretty good. Oh man, these smell so good. Seriously, honeysuckle smells so good. The Hana persimmon, no fruit yet. So we'll see if I get any fruit. If we whip around here onto the outside, I have these spaced. You can see they're 18 inches apart. I had another one that was right here. That ended up dying back. I found this Fuyu persimmon and planted it, got this from the nursery. It almost died last year, but here we are getting some growth, which is great. And yay! Dude, this is the best. It's kind of like Christmas right now, people. It feels like Christmas. Seriously, totally serious. Here I have some good fruit on the Fuyu persimmon. It's just a standard Fuyu variety, generic, standard, whatever. And then here is but this also has been in the ground for multiple years. You can see here, it's starting to, if it will focus, there we go. It is flowering, but these look like male flowers, not female flowers. Because of the yellow, they're very small, and the yellow that is sticking out, it doesn't have a bulbous backside, so I think this is actually a male flower that's coming out there. Could be female, but at least it's flowering. This is the first time I'm seeing it flower. There's a bunch of flowers. You can see how they're dangling down. The male flower tends to dangle down. Here we go like this. There we go. There's the flower that just fell down. Yeah, there's definitely a male flower. So might not get any fruit off of this, or if I do, it's going to be minimal. We'll see if any bees pollinate from the different persimmons. No, wait, this is the coffee cake. That's what this is. This is the coffee cake persimmon, and I need a chocolate persimmon to pollinate it. But my graft for this chocolate and that chocolate both died. Damn it. So I need to get another chocolate persimmon to graft onto these, or I might just graft it onto the coffee cake so that it can pollinate with it. I read that the coffee cake is really good to eat if you have a good pollinator with it. These are planted 18 inches apart, and this is the Saijo. This is the big one. Look at this thing. Holy hot hell and a hot diggity right there. I mean, look at these flowers. Beautiful. Last year, that's what I had. They were small last year. It was the first year that it produced fruit, but oh my goodness, look at how beautiful that is. Dude, persimmons. What the crap? So good. All right, go Saijo. You can see here where it's turning brown. That's closing off, and then if we look towards the back, yep, it's bulbousy, so it is, that's a fruit right there. Gonna get some fruit from a Saijo. I hear Saijo are supposed to be the best tasting. Now here's something that I thought about with persimmons that's different than other fruit trees. These little parts that stick out here, I thought these were gonna be fruit-bearing nodes, kind of like a a plum tree, but they're not. And I think they're just, I don't know what they are. They're just living little portions that I can't take them off. I mean, I could cut them off if I wanted to, but why do that? I think it's gonna maybe next year start to use them and leaf out, kind of like this part is leafing out. Ta-da. There's a lot of new growth. This thing has been growing now for about a month, I think. And it likes to grow vertical. It doesn't like to spread out for the Saijo, but I mean, it is 12 feet tall up there. That is really nice. We're going 0.5, people. Saijo, right there. This one is the coffee cake, relatively small, about 5 feet tall. Fuyu, Thiene, right there. American persimmon rootstock down here. I'm getting some rootstock that's growing too. On the back side of that, that's the Hana persimmon. This group is staying relatively small. Saijo's really big. And then I have the raven persimmon that's sitting up there in the top. I have one last persimmon. This is called the Maru persimmon, which is also thought to be a chocolate persimmon. And it's about 8 feet tall. This was crazy. All the way down here, this is the graft that I did a couple of years ago. I think it was, yeah, 2 years ago. I grafted it. It was a chocolate persimmon. I grafted this thing, and in 1 year, it grew all the way to here. In 1 year. I mean, that's like 5 feet of growth. And then last year, it was just a little bit of growth, these little sections last year. And this year, look at how it's just leafing out. It's right next to two pluots. So I have a flavor queen and a flavor supreme right here between the two pluots. And they're spaced about 18 inches apart down at the base there. But look at that, dude. That flavor queen is really thick base down there. This is the chocolate that I grafted. It ended up dying, and you can see here, proximal to the graft, that it is starting to grow again. So what I might do, I think I'm just gonna leave this one the way it is and maybe do a graft on to the coffee cake. I'll find one of these branches, graft a chocolate onto it, maybe a couple of chocolates to see if I can get it to hold so that it can work out. One little question that I have, what is this? Why is it curling up? I've never seen that before, but it's curling. There are no insects that are on it. Maybe it's just like heat damage. I'm not sure, because part of these are just like, they're looking good. They're just opening up. And then parts of them are just curling. Is it wind? Is it some disease? Is it diseased? I hope my Saijo isn't diseased. But the leaves are not as big as the raven. The raven has much bigger leaves. These are a little bit smaller. Okay, that's the summary of my persimmons. I hope it was beneficial to watch the information. See it? No? I don't know. But I'm really excited to get fruit this year from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my persimmons. That'll be awesome. All right, people. Enjoy your summer. I'll give you an update on persimmons a little bit later. Peace out.